You spend your whole life raising a child, thinking no one will ever love them the way you do. You teach them kindness, respect, humility, hoping that one day they'll make you proud. But nothing prepares you for the day they open their mouth and their words break you. It happened at a family dinner, the first one we'd had together in months. I had cooked, even though it wasn't my house anymore. My daughter-in-law, Lila, had offered to host. She'd just redecorated. New furniture, gold cutlery, candles that smelled too expensive to touch. She'd always made it clear I was welcome, but not too welcome. Still, I showed up with a smile, trying to keep the peace, because that's what mothers do. We fold ourselves small to fit the spaces our children forget to leave for us. Everything was fine until I spoke up. Just a little thing. Lila was talking about how busy she'd been, how tired she was managing the house, the job, the baby. I said, gently, maybe I can come by a few times a week to help with the baby, give you some rest. Before I could even finish, she laughed. "Oh no, that won't be necessary," she said, smiling too wide. Then, louder, "I think we've got it under control. You don't need to insert yourself everywhere." The table went quiet. Her words hit like a slap I didn't see coming. I smiled, nodded, tried to swallow the sting. But my son, my boy, looked at her, then looked at me, and said the one thing I'll never forget. Well, I guess my wife finally put her in her place, so she'd finally shut up. Lila laughed. The others laughed. And I just sat there. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears, but I said nothing. Because a mother's pride sometimes means holding your tears hostage until you're alone.
I excused myself after dessert. No one stopped me, not even him. When I got home, I sat in the bark, still wearing my earrings and perfume, the same ones I'd worn at his graduation, when he'd hugged me and said, "Mama, everything I am is because of you." Now I wondered, which part of him was mine? The one who used to bring me flowers, or the one who watched me break and said nothing? The next morning, I didn't cry. I cooked breakfast, fed the cat, watered the plants. And as I was pouring my coffee, something inside me whispered, enough. Not anger, not revenge, just enough. That afternoon, I called my son. He didn't answer, so I left a message. I said, "Son, I love you. I always will. But from today forward, you and your wife have your home, and I have mine. When you're ready to talk with respect, my door, like my heart, will still be open, but I will never again sit at a table where I'm treated like I don't belong." Then I hung up, and for the first time in a long time, the silence felt peaceful. 2 weeks later, there was a knock at my door. When I opened it, my son stood there, eyes red, hands shaking. He didn't say a word at first. He just fell to his knees and said, "Mama, I'm sorry." Behind him, Lila stood with tears in her eyes. She said, "I was wrong. I thought I was protecting my place in his life, but I forgot you gave him life." We cried. We talked. We forgave. No shouting, no bitterness, just truth. Sometimes it takes being broken at the table to finally rebuild the family around it. And now, when I visit their home, Lila pulls out a chair before I even ask. My son kisses my forehead before dinner. And every time we eat together, I whisper a quiet prayer. Thank you, God, for teaching them that love isn't about power. It's about place, and there's always room for grace.